Greetings, you gore chosen of Drum and Lords of Rivendell. It's the new releases for the week of September 17th, 2022. I'm CJ, that's Josh, and this is the stuff that we've got to talk about today.
All right, let's start with, I guess, do you want to end or start with Horus Heresy?
Let's end with Horus Heresy. Let's
All right.
start with the
Get everything else out of the way first?
Yeah.
So, first and foremost, we don't normally talk about this on this channel because it pretty rarely comes out
here.
in GW's normal store,
Mm-hmm.
shipped to normal retailers.
Yeah.
But it's a new Lord of the Rings kit.
Yeah.
It's Elrond.
Elrond, Master of Rivendell. Notably, not the Rings of Power version, who looks like they left the what's-his-face clone in the vat a little bit too long.
Hugo Weaving.
Yes, thank you.
Hugo Weaving did not star as Elrond of Lord of the Rings and as Agent Smith of The Matrix for you to disrespect him like that.
And of Megatron of The Transformers.
Well, his face wasn't in that one, so that's fine.
And of Soda Baby.
But but no, they won't have the right. GW doesn't have the rights to anything from the new show. This is movie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, new plastic.
Thank
Elrond.
you.
Yeah, so you've got a foot version, a mounted version, and a standard bearer.
Yep, homeboy.
Just high elf standard bearer. So that is specifically, if you don't play Lord of the Rings, the Middle-earth strategy battle game. Sorry, there's kind of a weird thing where different armies from different eras can all fight. So Elrond can still be in his modern version, as takes place in Fellowship through Return of the King.
Yeah.
But there is also an army list for the Last Alliance. So when he's actually defeating Sauron the first time, he's usable in both.
Yep.
His standard bearer is specifically a high elf standard bearer, who is also in both, because you can kind of play either as the Rivendell as they are modern or as they are in the past. He's usable in both, and he's plastic, and he's $45.
Yep. So, but like $45 for 3 minis.
For 3 minis is actually generous by Games Workshop standards.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just happy they're in plastic because the metal models are
the Lord of the Rings line needs to be plasticized like yesterday.
Yeah.
And if this is a step in the right direction, then I'm excited.
We know with the Battle of Osgiliath release and the Battle Force boxes, I think it's pretty clear they're pumping some time into this that they weren't.
Yeah. What with that new Rings of Power thing coming out and everybody thinking about Lord of the Rings again.
Plastic models have a 3-year lead time. This was decided long before that was even announced.
Was it? Oh.
I mean, given what we know about GW and how far ahead these models are actually sculpted and made, this has been in the works a long time. Now, maybe the decision to release them now was made.
I was going to say, like, the release can't be
But books have a year-long
that's true.
Lead time. And given how many times Rings of Power was delayed and how many other things Amazon has announced that never showed up,
that's true.
I think they would have been a fool to try and time this with Rings of Power. I think it's just nice coincidence. Speaking of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, hey, we've got 2 new dice sets for you. One from Rivendell and one of the Garrison of Dale.
Yep.
This is their dice. Do you happen to know off the top of your head if the Middle-earth dice are any different, like Necromunda or Blood Bowl, or is it just...
No, they're not. They're just D6s.
six-siders.
They're
Okay.
D6s. Yep. They do not have proprietary dice for Lord of the Rings.
Good.
Thank goodness. Proprietary dice suck. And because this is only a 8 dice cube, they're only $18.
Yeah.
The downside is you only get 8 dice in a cube. That being said, for Middle-earth, you're generally not tossing buckets.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Speaking of things with proprietary dice, hey, it's Nethermaze.
Segue. Yeah, remember when we canceled all the old decks and started a new Rivals format because we didn't want to have to deal with card bloat? So anyway, here's some card bloat.
Yeah.
Well, I will never not be salty about that because I liked Underworlds as a game, but the decision to nullify all the previous card hunting and say, no, this is the new format.
Yeah.
That was a fine decision because card bloat was a problem.
Right.
What is not fine is to then go, and here's some new card packs for you to buy. But oh, by the way, this is $25.
Yeah,
$29. Sorry.
Ugh.
But what is still great about Underworlds is the models we get.
Sick models.
Yeah. So
Gore Chosen of Drum are here. We got the one guy who's partway to becoming a Korgorath. We got the Gore Priest, and then we've got Slappy.
Slappy?
I don't know. I didn't see what the other guy was. He's
kind of a dude. That's the problem.
Yeah, he's kind of just a homeboy with a flamey sword, which, incidentally, I wouldn't kick that out of the bits box.
Yeah.
But,
like everything else in Underworlds, we have a discrete team.
Mhm.
It's an amazing model set.
Yep.
You have the guy clearly inspired by Mayan or Aztec priesthood and sacrificing people.
Mhm.
A lot of people are making the Temple of Doom jokes, but wrong culture, people. Other side of the world.
Yep.
Get your weirdly
Get
inspired culture ripoffs correct.
Well, we tried.
It's an amazing model.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's great.
I don't play Khorne. I don't play Underworlds anymore.
Mhm.
I might still pick this box up just
Mhm.
because that is an amazing priest model.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
Probably use those guys for Rain and Hell.
Oh, easily.
Like just as a
Yeah.
weird demon dude.
Mhm.
Or just any kind of bad guy for any time you need an evil priest for
Yeah,
a D&D campaign.
You can...
Oh boy. There's your
Covers a
evil
multitude
priest.
of sins, this one, ironically enough.
And finally, to go with the Horus Heresy Maze of Darkness,
Mhm.
we have 3 things today.
Yep.
Let's get the models done first.
Okay.
Because they well, no, I was going to say they kind of go together. They don't.
Not really, no. So, hey, first off, we've got the Demos pattern battle tank, plastic, old school-ish Predator tank with the big... It's an MBT. You know what it's doing.
It's Mr. Plow
Yeah.
in 30K form.
Yep, on a Rhino chassis with a rounded head.
And an even more squared front.
Mhm.
Like, they made... Even Rhinos don't have that squared front normally.
Yeah, no, that's an extra bit of armor on it, which is peculiar, but whatever.
But it's completely square, completely nullifying. It would have been better to just... I understand it's not supposed to be realistic, but that square bit at the front makes it look like it's, I don't know, a tractor cab they just kind of bolted on, which is probably what they did. As far as the tanks go, this is not my favorite aesthetically. I have no idea how it plays functionally because I don't play Horus Heresy, but it's a tank.
Yeah, it's a decent tank. So as far as weapons are concerned, it's got the Predator cannon, which is just like a big, large war gun.
Which is the cannon from Predator.
Da-da-da-da-da-dun.
Yeah.
It's got a turret-mounted graviton cannon, which is a first. Oh yeah, turret-mounted graviton cannon, which is a first as far as we've seen. Turret-mounted Gravis las cannon, yada yada yada. That's just normal. And finally, a turret-mounted Volkite micro socker.
Micro soccer?
S-A-K-E-R, soccer.
I mean, it's a war crime turret. Yay!
Yeah, pretty much. It's a Volkite gun scaled up, which is rare. You don't really see Graviton and Volkite weapons on tanks.
No, they're supposed to be
Generally
very
speaking.
rare relics of this era.
Of this era.
So-
But you have to get relics somehow.
It's a nice callback.
Yeah. So, expect to see that gracing the battlefields of the 41st millennium as well, because it's a good way to get a Predator tank with a lot of nice upgrades.
I do like that. The turret is very Soviet to me.
Yeah.
That's a very like T-34 turret, if I'm
Mhm.
looking at that.
Yeah.
But it's on a World War I box, which is 40K Warhammer 30K and 40K has a very limited design space that they're allowed to play in.
It's sad,
So
but
it's
true, yes.
Well, it's interesting to see what they can do within that space. I do like how the heavy bolters on the side will probably shoot off the exhaust ports if you're not careful.
Like you do.
Speaking of heavy weapons and shooting off exhaust ports, not a
That's
great
good.
segue.
You tried. Yeah, so hey, heavy weapons kit. So you remember the first heavy weapons kit that came out was 10 heavy bolters and 10 missile launchers.
Yes.
Now we've got 10 Volkite culverins, 10 las cannons, and 10 auto cannons. So these are cool. However, the las cannons are shoulder mounted, and give me a hip fire las cannon any day of the week. That's all I have to say about it.
I think the shoulder-mounted it's a cannon, CJ.
I know, but he's holding the auto cannon like that.
Sure, because shoulder-mounted and heavy recoil doesn't really work, whereas you can kind of hold it with your like this. But
He's a space marine and don't care about your recoil.
this
laddie.
is very true. But I don't know. I just don't feel like it's probably because the last cannon is supposed to invoke a rocket launcher,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
It's an anti-tank weapon,
Mhm.
and our brains from movies say anti-tank weapon go up here, DACA go down here.
That's true.
Because Jesse Ventura taught us this in the documentary film Predator.
Yes. And yeah, the autocannon further cementing its role as what exactly does it look like when this gun fires is underslung rather than being on the shoulder for a light anti-tank vehicle duty.
I like how that magazine probably holds like 4 rounds.
6, 7 rounds at the max. But yeah, but so do most bolt pistols, so whatever, man.
Is it weird to say that I might pick up this box?
What are you going to put them on?
Where the heck else do I get las cannons and auto cannons for Necromunda?
That's true.
Especially ones I want to put on vehicles.
Yeah, hey, there you go. I was going to say Imperial Guard tanks.
And this comes with 10 of each. One of these boxes for $42.
Yeah.
And I could say that Culverin is something else. Like, I could use it as some other weapon in Necromunda.
It can be whatever you dang please.
For $42, I could get all of the vehicle converting last cannons and autocannons that I'm probably ever going to want.
It's true.
That is a bonus to these because even if you don't play Horus Heresy like neither of us do, these weapon kits are for GW.
Yes,
a good deal. You know, it is $42 for 30 weapons, which a lot of people might go, that's not a great deal.
Right.
But within the milieu of 30K and Warhammer in general being a really expensive hobby, yeah, this is a good deal.
This is a good deal. What's the other heavy weapons box?
Oh, there's another heavy weapons box. My bad.
Space Cadet.
I thought we just had 2 of these.
No. It gets worse.
Or better, depending on whether you want these on your Necromunda vehicles too, like I do.
Yeah. All right, so we've got heavy flamers, multi-meltas, and plasma cannons. So...
screw your infantry and screw your tanks.
Yep.
And plasma just kind of screw everything, but not quite as much as either of those 2 things.
Right, yeah. So again, plasma cannons on the shoulder for some reason. I wouldn't put a plasma cannon up on my shoulder. That's a good place to get
I wouldn't hold up. I mean, if the plasma cannon goes off, it doesn't really matter whether you're holding it here or up here. You know what? Up here is just going to be quicker.
Yeah,
just microwave your brain.
Speaking of microwaves, the multi-melta also underslung because apparently you don't need to aim that thing very much.
Well, that depends. There have been so many iterations of Meltas in like various Warhammer media and how this thing actually fires.
Oh yeah.
In the Space Marine game, it was basically a shotgun. In which case, underslung, yeah, no, you don't need to aim.
Nope.
Because it just goes foomp.
Yeah.
It's described as, in like the Kill Team book, as a superheated stream of slag.
Which doesn't make any freaking sense to me.
No, but...
It's a microwave gun, is what it is.
Yeah, I guess. It's not consistent. Maybe different patterns have different... Who cares? In either case, because of how short that range is, no, you probably don't need to aim it.
Well, 24 inches is nothing. It's not.
Oh yeah, the multi-melta does have more range, doesn't it?
Yeah. Speaking of short range, heavy flamer template, foomp.
Yes.
That's something you don't need to aim.
Template, go foosh.
Hey, look, heavy flamers. That's what I used to water my Nazi garden.
One of the absolute worst weapons in Necromunda, but a very good weapon in Horus Heresy because it's funny how the rules work.
Yeah, foomp. Anyway, yeah, so that does it for the models.
Also $42. This one I'm less probably keen to get because I don't need a plasma cannon. At least in Necromunda, the plasma gun is almost as good.
Yeah.
And a multi-melta is so stupid expensive you'll never have one.
Not worth it.
And then finally, a book to use all this crap in.
Yep.
This is the Liber Mechanicum.
The Forces of the Omnissiah. It's you'll notice it's $20 less than the other 2 Libers.
Because it is half the content.
Half the size, yeah.
Yeah, it's really only just Adeptus Mechanicus.
Shocker.
Except they weren't really called that back then, were they? They were just Mechanicum.
They were the Adeptus Mechanicum, yeah.
Okay. Now this does cover both Heretic and Loyalist Mechanicum?
Yeah.
Okay. Because there were Heretic, speaking of which,
yep.
GW, give me Dark Mechanicum for 40K.
Come on.
That's an army I want to play. We have 1 Dark Mechanicum model right now, right? Or like 2. We've got 1 good one.
1 good one.
Spider Guy McGee.
Yeah. Who's maybe counts still? I don't know.
No, he does. He has the Dark Mechanicum keyword.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
I want that army. And, this one is a little less maybe an attractive deal for Horus Heresy because a lot of the Horus Heresy hype has been the fact that it's really well-priced plastic models. None of that is true for this.
No.
This is hope you like shopping from Forge World.
Yeah, this is I want to play my already built Mechanicum army in the new edition.
You were in on 40K or on 30K.
On 30K.
You knew what you were getting into. You've already got those resin guys, and you just want to be able to play them in the new edition. That's what this book is for.
Yep.
Or maybe you're not scared off by Resin and Forge World, and you want to play them.
Maybe you've come into a lot of money recently and just want to dump it somewhere. Well, good news.
Both money to buy the models and money to pay someone else to put them together. I like the 30K Mechanicus aesthetically, but Forge World.
Forge World.
The Skitarii Peltasts are interesting. The shield guys and various things.
But Secretariat.
Yeah, but the new 40K ones have kind of caught up and lowered that gap. Give me Dark Mechanicum, please. Yes. So that's all that's coming out. This will be up for pre-order now.
Yeah.
It will arrive this Saturday, the 17th.
Yes.
Check your local gaming store or DW's website. Shout out down below if you're getting any of this stuff. I'm going to think about getting the heavy weapons upgrade.
I will probably wait until the lusters kind of come off of some of this stuff and pick it up, when I feel like it. But if I have enough tanks for both, or well, no, not both of my Marine armies, like all 3 of them technically.
And see, maybe that's why I need them, because I don't have any tank armies.
Oh, there you go.
So I can't steal bits for that, for the stuff I do want.
Yeah. Well, get cracking.
Yeah, get cracking. Speaking of cracking, that's it from us this week.
Yep.
We'll see you next week.
Take care.